I am a contemporary artist, an activist, and a composer. I am Yoko Ono. As you may know, I was married with John Lennon, a magic soul. He was so pure, so genuine, so good. Throughout our lives, we tried to make the world a better place. Bring peace to all your hearts. As an artist, a mother, a woman, as a person, this is my goal. Why? Why violence? Why hatred? Why war? It doesn't make sense, does it? Why do we need hate in our hearts when we can have peace instead? This is my purpose. Bring peace to all world and stop war or thoughts of it. Since the beginning of humanity, women have always been given a relative degree of importance. Now imagine if a woman could break the boundaries in every single issue that humanity come across. Imagine if that happens. Now, welcome to One Woman Show, because I did it. I was that woman. I broke the boundaries in art. I made the critics, the audience. I made humanity stop for a while and think. Think about all possibilities, the imaginary, the untouchable, the autonomy, the change, the courage to raise their voices. Now, let's go back in time. I invite all of you to come with me to another dimension. A dimension where the self and I, it is on the same path, where we have no difference, where the world will live as one. I made a work called War is Over If You Want It with my beloved husband, where we were lying on a bed with postcards behind us saying bed peace, hair peace, in order to stop war in Vietnam. It was horrific. I really could feel a lot of compassion for them as I witnessed a war while I was a child. A war with great conceptions, being the reason why I could feel their issue running through my veins, and I needed to do something, and I did it. As I told you, I did this work in order to help people, to wake them up in a way, so they can have an attitude, they can be activists, they can change, really. And if I needed to name this show, it will be Change, as it describes me as a person. I also did a video called Happy Christmas, War is Over, to appeal to my wish, as well as Wish of Trees, where in each branch the audience had to write a wish that they had. And all of that, all of this, to stop war and to break the boundaries between the audience and the artist. I did a very significant performance called Cut Piece. This performance could be seen in different perspectives. In one hand, it could be seen as a feminist performance, and if that's so, it was the very first feminist performance in the 60s. In the other hand, it could be seen as a Zen practice. Firstly, the artist could be a woman or a man. It doesn't need to be a certain type. But in this case, it was me. I remained in silence during all performance, with scissors besides me. And as all my previous works, installations, paintings, I needed the audience to conclude my work, because you are my product. Without you, I cannot do art. Therefore, I invited the audience to cut a piece of my suit, and it could be any part of my suit. It could be next to my elbows, arms, knees, any part that the audience chooses. As I remained in silence throughout the performance, that could demonstrate the woman passive role as well as a Zen practice, because I was in my deeply thoughts. I was concentrated in me. However, each time that an audience member cut off a piece of my suit, they would interrupt my meditation. Thus, this show demonstrates the dualities that humans can have. Cut Piece is about freeing yourself with yourself. My goal for this performance, or you can even call it a purpose, it is for you, the audience, to reflect on yourselves as well on the work itself. I remember when I was creating this performance that I wanted to have an activist audience as always. And this reminds me two places, which is Japan and London, because they were so different from each other. In London, while they were cutting my suit off, they were quite aggressive. They were doing something different, the change, what I was looking for. And in Japan, they were shy. They gave me the submissive idea. It's wonderful how the culture lies on everything.
Okay.
This was my aim. I wanted to have an activist audience, to not be afraid of raise their opinions, which nowadays it is very important. In all of that, there is something that is crucial to me, which is the Zen concept and everything that it brings. Zen art aims to capture the eternal and inherent nature, the Buddha nature of the aesthetic object by the simplest possible means. Zen, it means everything you can think of. When you think of kindness, when you think of help the other, even if it's a bug that you're afraid. In Zen's mindset, you won't kill that bug. You will set it free. As everyone, every animal, every bug has the right to live and the right to be helped. This was one of the things that Zen taught me. This methodology also showed me the art of giving, in which I applied in this show. Cut piece. Cut piece is the pure artist giving. It is more than you watching me perform. It's more profound than that. It reaches different dimensions of each audience member. I give you what you choose and not what I want to give. On this performance, the artist gives what the audience chooses to take. You cut and take whatever part you want. And you are all different from each other. In this performance, I went onto stage wearing the best suit I had. This is giving. On that moment, I was giving the best version of me. The real Ono. The uncovered Ono. The Ono that you chose to see. This is the art of giving and receiving. This is the Buddha concept. And trust me when I tell you that when you give everything you can give, you are closer to the enlightenment. As an artist and a person, I love to give. And you, as an audience member, you like to receive what I have to give. If we follow this practice, we will be happier. We will enjoy our lives more. One of the most interesting facts of my installations, works, exhibitions is that I always do it with instructions. And the audience need to follow my instructions. So like this, they can travel into my world. One of the most interesting facts about my works, installations, exhibitions is that I always do it with instructions, and the audience need to follow my instructions so they can travel into my world. But what could be said itself, it was beautiful. How people react in different ways to different performance. How their body reacts their expressions, their eyes. What they do in fact is wonderful. I'm saying all this because Cut Piece aimed to look upon audience behave, what they do, how they cut the suit, why they cut that specific part of the suit. Cut Piece is nothing more than a pure mirror of our own reflections, as our actions reflect who we are. Imagine you go to a psychologist and you are a children or a teenager, and they ask you to draw something, as they can analyze everything through the way you design. This performance does the same. The way you cut, where you cut it, how you cut it. Think with me now. I have no such idea who you are, what you can do. You could be so extra, which is not a bad thing. It's just a way to see and live life. But if you are like that, and you feel that you want to cut all my suit and you do it, that shows a lot about yourself, your personality. Cut Piece is also about discover yourself, knowing the artist, but also the audience. The behavior, it's something so beautiful to navigate, to explore, to know. It's something that born and die with us, as well as the art. It lasts forever, way more than us. The art and the behavior could be similar in this way. Another topic that is crucial to me, it's you, the audience. As I said before, you are my product. Without you, there is no Ono. There is no passion. Because without you, I cannot do art. Without an audience, I cannot be who I am or do what I love. You make me. You make Yoko Ono be something and help the world. This relationship between me and you, it is so important, as it is the only way to conclude my thoughts and give it to the world. I see myself as a vehicle. I always broke the boundaries between the audience and the artists. I think I can say, and I'm proud to say, that I was, and I still am, an icon on the world change. Because I changed the rules between me and you, me and the audience. A very fun fact, it was when I was doing this interview, and the interviewer asked me that if I praise so much the freedom, why do I always have directions in my works, which stops freedom in a way? Which I replied that it is the only way for you, the audience, to travel with me to my world, to my dimensions. Sometimes People say that being different is wrong. But for me, that has a name. Afraid. Afraid of facing who we really are. This is another thing that I pass to the world. We cannot be afraid of ourselves. We are who we are. We don't choose who we are or what we like. It's already born with us. If you notice, the people who changed the world, those who made our place a better place, they didn't pursue the normal thinking. They thought outside the box. They were different, and that's what makes the difference. This is my purpose. I want to show you that you can do it. You can make part of those people. As I am one of those, and I am nor less or more than you. We can all do it. We can all change the world. Imagine all the countries. And the world will live as one.